I'm just a simple guy with simple needs. Me too. But it was just in the poor. I gotta stop cursing. Hey y'all, welcome to Meaux, and I am back with another video. We're continuing the Avatar: The Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, Favorite Bender series, and today we're tackling Waterbenders. This one might be a long video, so we might have a twofer coming. But with that said, let's hop right into it. So, as I'm sure y'all have witnessed, like the looks I've been doing are inspired by, obviously, the tribes, or the nations rather. And I'm really excited about today's look. I had a homegirl tell me you should do an icy blue look. And she wasn't talking about it in reference to this video, but I already had it in mind. I'm just putting my primer down. This primer's a little oily. Again, this isn't the freshest shade that I should have. But, however, she is going to make do. This look is going to be inspired by UA, otherwise known as the moon spirit that Sokka was dating. And yeah, let's just start off, because I don't really have anything to say about her. It's like, I don't think, maybe that's disrespectful to say about the moon spirit, but she was there for an episode and then she died and became the moon. I mean, we thank you, girl, for your sacrifice, but it wasn't the most engaging plot, I will say. Was I gagged? Of course. Was it engaging? Maybe not. What I will say is in reference to Sokka. Now, I like Sokka. Sokka is a good time. Sokka is a great time. One of his earliest quotes, which I do love, you know what I mean? And it hits me right in the heart. I'm just a simple guy with simple needs. Me too, Me too. I mean, I gotta stop cursing, or at least I just gotta edit it out or something, because I've been doing research on how to monetize my presence, this, that, and the third, and they said if you swear in your videos, you're not gonna be monetized. And I was like, oh. Okay, so we can cut that, you know what I mean? I'm trying to secure the bag, not chase it. Stop, it's ghetto. But yeah, am I into the censorship? No. But I'm gonna do what I need to do for a check. And I am gonna get Employee of the Month. Okay. Okay. Sokka was great. Sokka kind of reminded me of the straight boys I had crushes on in high school. You know, cute, corny, common. But he was also crafty. I will give him crafty points. We do like a guy that can fix things around the house. A Mr. Fix-It, if you will. Bob the Builder, as the girls say. A handy top. Sokka is also somebody that I would say dated up, because UA, although she turned into the moon and wasn't like huge in the plot points, and then she also like disappeared fairly early on, but Sokka kept talking about how his first girlfriend was a moon spirit and was sad about it for the longest time. I was like, girl, get over it. You met that girl in a day, was boohooing all this time. Okay, he was boohooing about it for at least 2 seasons. But when he met Suki was a baddie. Suki definitely dated up. And I didn't mention Suki in my Fire Girl, my Earth Nation video, and I should have. She says, I'm a girl, but I'm a warrior too. Yes, we like that. As far as I'm concerned, she was a better fighter than Sokka. Back to Sokka, you know, like, when you're not a bender, there's only so much you can do, but like, I love corny jokes. I love corny jokes. Corny jokes are my favorite. And the kind of jokes that I like more than corny jokes are jokes that don't land, like bad jokes. Because it's the earnestness. It's like you really thought this was a good joke and you thought people were gonna laugh, but they didn't. That's just so funny to me. And then in high school, I laughed all the time when teachers would tell bad jokes and I would look like the teacher's pet, but I wasn't trying to like be the teacher's pet. It was like, girl, you thought that was funny? It was bad. And it's just so funny to me. Bad jokes are the best jokes. Because I think I'm laughing at the fact that they thought they were good and nobody's laughing. It's the awkward silence. I never laugh at the bad joke. I laugh at the stillness afterwards. That's the money shot. But yeah, Sokka's little swordsman episode was cute too. That was a good filler episode for Sokka. Okay, back to the brows. And with that being said, we're gonna move right on over to Katara, legendary mother from the northern water tribe. She was it. She was the it girl for me. She was the it girl. Early on, she said, "I'm gonna organize a prison riot, a prison escape." Who else? Who else? Here we have melanated women doing it again, all the time. It's just like they just go so underappreciated. What was it? It was like they had got sent to prison, and I forget the guy's name. He was from the Earth Nation too. But like there was a coal mine, and then the Earthbenders were all disheveled and sad, and she had like gave it like a real good speech, and they weren't feeling it. But then all the coal popped up, and I don't know what really changed it, but she was the catalyst. If you ask me, she was it. She was the it girl. So yeah, give it to her. Give it to her. Furthermore, she used that spirit water to heal Aang. Without her, we wouldn't have had an Avatar. That episode could have stopped right there, right after Azula went bang, 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 bang. With that lightning, Katara was like, "Don't worry, Aang." She was all crying and shit. It was real cute. And she pulled out that spirit water. That spirit water girl. And healed his ass. She did that. But yeah, Katara was the one. Katara was the one. So after healing Aang, doing all that crying, then she also gave the girls Peter Pan. She gave y'all Peter Pan when she stole that water tribe scroll and taught herself how to like waterbend, you know what I mean? And then she just did it all. I'm just like so happy about her, because like after that, I think this was before actually, there was that old man, I think from the Southern Water Tribe, who she was begging and pleading, who actually ended up being her great god granddaddy or something like that. But he was being misogynistic and trash. But she was like, you know what? I'm not about to play with you. She gave him that water whip. Come get it. Come get it, mother. And I was like, yes. Yes, put him in his place. And who came out on top? Katara. Because I don't even know his name. Who's the real winner? That's what misogyny and sexism will get you. Nowhere. Nowhere. Nowhere! And then, she really does have like a whole page. And then she provided the girls with environmental justice. When she worked as, who was it? The painted lady. She said, I'm gonna give the girls cosplay. I'm gonna give the girls spooky teas. She's walking around giving the girls food, healing people in the middle of the night. And there was another coal mine, I think it was, or something of that, or a metal factory that was polluting the water and the environment, and everybody was sick. And here she comes saving everybody again. Under a disguise that was not herself, but look, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I ain't mad at it, okay? If you gotta dress up and be a little spooky tease, you know what I mean? She would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids. We love Katara. Now, up next, we have Korra. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. At first, I was like, Korra, you know what? Korra used to be getting at work. Korra was a fighter, you know what I mean? But she wasn't always winning the fights. And I was like, you know what, this isn't it. This wasn't it. And then she had a real bad attitude with Tenzin, and he was like, you gotta be patient, or you gotta go with the wind. And she was like, no, I just want to fight. And then she ran off to be a firefighter. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Do you not take your job seriously? Then she running off fighting the mom and shit. I was like, honey, what is going on? But I think my issue was that I was comparing her to Aang, which was my bad, you know what I mean? Katara was a completely different avatar with a completely different style. You know what I mean? And then I think the avatar cycle works that way, where like the avatar before is the complete opposite of the next upcoming avatar. So yeah, in all, when you think about the totality of what Katara did and and what she stood for and how she helped the girls, there's no comparison. And I'm sure you're saying, Maurice, what do you mean? I mean, she opened a portal to the spirit world and restored balance. She opened a portal to the spirit world and restored balance, which gave birth to a whole new generation of airbenders. What? Girl, like, mother, the mother you always wanted, honey. Ugh. And then she turned into that Mighty Morphin Power Ranger by bonding with Rava when, was it Unalaq? Unalaq bonded with, Unalaq bonded with Vatu. That was so, like, this was wild. That just took me, that season took my mind to another level. I was like, oh girl, this is like, because I really was thinking, I was like, how are they going to top the season before? I mean, how are they going to top Avatar: The Last Airbender in the season before? Because like, once you already have that foundation of Avatar, you really just gotta up the ante. You know what I mean? You gotta up the ante of what you're doing. But Katara did that. She did that, mamas. She did that. And then like, what was it? And then after, she was like poisoned. She bended mercury out of her own body. She bended mercury out of her own body. I mean, she just continued to do it all. And she was so weak and like fragile. She linked up with Toph in the forest and then like really stepped her pussy game up. Her pussy game was popping severely. You know what I mean? It was fantastic. It was such a feat. And last but absolutely not least, she defeated Kuvera by connecting to the tree of the earth, the spirit tree and the spirit vines. I don't even know what it was called, but she connected to it and was able to locate people and know things by connecting to a tree connected to the earth. That's Mother Earth right there. Mother Earth. Put some respect on Korra's name. Put some respect on her name. You know what I mean? I know she probably wasn't the best like fighter at first, but she did what needed to be done. And isn't that what this is all about? Restoring balance, justice, peace. Because like, as long as you deliver that, then like, mamas, I don't have no complaints. You can get your booty whipped all dippity do da day long. But when you need to work that stage, you come to that stage, Then girl, like, whatever. Okay, all them times Kavir whooped her, it's excusable. It's excusable. At least in my book it is. How are my eyebrows looking? Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. The womb, you know what I mean? She wasn't just a woman. Korra wasn't just a woman. She was a woman. A womb. A woman. You know what I mean? A woman of the earth. And so like, and yet again, another melanated woman doing what needs to be done. So she will always have respect. And I will comfort anybody who tries to slander her. Spirit trees. Put some respect on her name. Next we have Desna and Eska. They were non-binary twins. I don't care what you say. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I said what I said. That's what they were giving me. And that's the title I'm giving them. Because again, you can argue with yourself about it otherwise. They were just like, who was it? Was it Bolin? And he was like, are you a boy or a girl? Which is a trash ass question. He meant no harm. Look at impact over intent, but they didn't seem hurt by the question, and I don't even remember them answering, if I'm honest. I feel like they just looked at him and blinked. And then Eska just snatched him up. But she didn't want to be with him. She did not want to be with him. Eska was an aggressive lesbian, and she wanted nothing to do with Bolin. She wanted somebody to boss around, which Bolin he's a pretty cute person to boss around. Like, I can't be mad at that decision. But again, they were following their old crazy ass daddy around. And then in the 11th hour, they wanted to switch up. And I was like, why are y'all switching up now? That was something that confused me. I was like, y'all were following him around to the end of time, jumping in the port, sabotaging the Avatar. But I'm pretty sure it was like in the 11th hour when they decided to switch up. I was like, don't switch up now. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. It was ghetto. Let's go to Unalaq. Unalaq. He was cute, I'm not gonna lie. And he was a pretty cool antagonist. I will give him points for being so like apt. I will give him points for being so apt about the spiritual realm. You know, like, I'm a spiritual person. And anybody who knows how to deal with that gets kudo points from me. And he was better at it than Tenzin, which is T. He was very much T, and T was in his feelings about it. Because, you know, maybe he was Aang's favorite or whatever. And, you know, he was the airbending master who wasn't good at tapping into the spirit realm. It was kind of sad. But Unalaq wrapped up and licious. All wrapped up. And Korra was like, well, I'm gonna go kick it with him because he know what he doing. Which was a good move. Which was very smart of her. I would have done the same thing. But again, like all villains, he got to tripping. Now, I don't think the spirit realm was some shit. He was like, let me about you. Girl, no. Girl, no. Girl, mind your business. Mind your business. These niggas always be having ulterior motives that don't really be like, you know, you're not happy, which is what confuses me about like evil people. You want power, but then at the end of the day, you're not happy with the results that you have. Which makes me ask, like, what is it for? I forgot to say that he turned into that other bad Power Ranger. That was they were giving me Power Rangers in that episode, I'm not gonna lie. When they turned into these big ass things, he came through and towed Republic City up, girl. But I like the like, come on, Power Ranger. But yeah, Unalaq powering you for being a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. So yeah, I'm gonna put down some setting spray just on my cheeks. We're gonna like, I really am like rolling the dice here, girls. Really rolling the dice here. Up next, we have Amon and Unalaq. Now, I'm not gonna say that like I was impressed. Not Amon and Unalaq. Amon and Noatak. They might even be, yeah, Amon and Noatak are the same person. But then Amon and Noatak are the same person. Amon, the guy with the mask. Noatak is the actual waterbending guy who was doing the bloodbending, which was like, I don't think he was that great, but that was a good plot twist because I had almost kind of like forgotten about bloodbending. Shout out to Hama, the original bloodbending queen. She was people in those cages. It was like, I don't know. I'm laughing. I shouldn't be. But it was just funny that this old ass woman was locking people up in caves in mountains using bloodbending because she was bitter. And I was like, I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. Firebenders do too much. It's always the firebenders. Had the firebenders minded their business, they wouldn't have had to worry about Hama. Now what? Back to Amon. It was a plot twist that he was taking people's bending powers away using bloodbending. It was a little trippy. Tarrlok, his brother, was how he tried to play Korra. But I wanted to bring them in because they did have a really good like story, which I thought was very, very sad. It was very like touching the way that their daddy was abusing them. But yeah, it was very sad. It was so sad to me. It's still sad to think about it now. Like their whole story and like, I don't know. It was just very sad. And then how they drove off together in the sunset. It was like, it's nice to be together. And then like Tarrlok like killed them, like committed suicide to end their terrible story where it was so sad. It was so sad. It was very like Of Mice and Men, you know? That was a book that made me cry. My feelings now, it's a little too late. It's late and I'm apt to cry. So I'm gonna move on. Last but certainly not least, we have Varrick. Now, I love Varrick. Varrick was the finesse god. You heard me correctly. Varrick was the finesse god. Loved him. He was so great. I just have like no complaints about Varrick. He was the finesse god. Like she made money off of like the Northern Water Tribe and Southern Water Tribe money. She was like, this is our opportunity to make money, and she made it. And then after she did that, she escaped the clutches of like capture and prison and ran over to Zhao Fu and was working in IT in their technology department, honey, and was working and finessing over there and still had his little boot bang Zhu Li working with him. I didn't like how he was treating Zhu Li. I'm not gonna lie, I did not like that. But he went to Zhao Fu, which is like, if any city I would want to live in, it was Zhao Fu. It was top tier. Boot. Love Varrick. And then after he was coerced into working with, who was it? Yeah, after he was coerced into working for Kuvera, he sabotaged her little plan by trying to fuck up her machine. She was like, yes. I was like, look at him. Trying to help the universe, trying to help the spirit vines in the trees. Come on, Varrick. And then he really came out on top because he ended up getting with Zhu Li, who eventually became she eventually became like the president of Republic City, making him the first gentleman. Secure your bag. Secure your bag. Ugh, Varrick. Which brings me to Zhu Li. Zhu Li, she was great too, you know what I mean? I would have looked at her first. Again, like I was saying, I'm not sure why she around with Varrick so raggedy ass for so long. But you know what, when she came in with her original look, she was very much giving me like contemporary. She was giving me, what was she giving? She was giving contemporary Velma tees. And I was sold. I was like, give it to me, mamas. Yes. Work. Slay queen. And she was perfect. She was always there working with him. I don't know why she was there for so long. Can't say. But again, she also helped sabotage Kuvera's plans. Varrick would have been nothing without Zhu Li. And you know this. You know this. Nothing. She's also secured her bag by just like following him around. He was the finesser, but she was like, I'm doing all the work, but he's coming up with these finessing plans. And last but not least, she's a Virgo. Don't ask me how I know she is. And that. So up next we had everybody else. I'm not sure how to spell their names. I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. But up next we have Ming Hua. Ming Hua. I think it's how it's pronounced. But this was the like no arms, waterbending with no arms. Again, legendary status. Waterbending with no arms? Come through, mamas. Yeah, that was just like really cool that she was like waterbending with no arms. And she, not only was she waterbending, she had like 8 water tendrils at one point, and then she was like mountain climbing with these ice picks. Girl, it's like, yes. Like, could you imagine? It was really legendary. You know what I mean? She was really a part of that. I think the girls were called Tarrlok. Okay, Miss Mamas. So like, when I tell you that I was hot, so my camera, like in the middle of recording the video, like capture just stopped. She just stopped, Miss Girl. She just stopped. And I was like, and then like, I went to like my photos and the video was not there. 45 minutes of material gone. I was heated. I was big mad. I was big mad. So I was like, I'm gonna just finish the rest of this look and then like I'm gonna re-record after the look is done. I mean like, and it kind of like my mood. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. But thankfully the video came back like 5 minutes later, it popped back up on my like camera feed. So it's still there, but I was still in a nasty mood. So, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just finish this look. Cause I ended up messing up the look too, cause I was in a bad mood. Like, don't do your makeup in a bad mood. That's just gonna be like, that's just not good for anybody. So I ended up like messing some things up and having to do re-edits. But I'm happy with what I have now. I'm happy with what I have now. I'm gonna finish, like, yeah, like I'm happy with what I have now. If you can see, let me scoot up. I tried to give you like cold eager. Oh, burr, it's cold in here. There must be some Tauros in the atmosphere. I said burr. Yeah. So I tried to give you like the blush on the nose, the blush on the cheeks. This should show you that I'm cold. I have this gray lip, but I also mixed it with like a nude peach gold shimmer thing that I really like the effect of. But yeah, this is what I have. Oh, I didn't put lashes. I'm gonna go put lashes on and I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. Lashes are such a nightmare. I still don't like lashes, but they really do finish the look. The name of this set of lashes is called Luna. Go figure. But yeah, but like, I only had 2 people left on my list, so it's not that bad that it cut it out when it did. But I really do love this look. It's the lashes really do make it pop. They're hard, girl. I was like in the bathroom looking like Marlene for a little bit. Not gonna lie, but let me finish y'all on up. So yeah, Ming Hua, the only thing else that I had to really say about her, she said, I don't have a weakness. She said, I'm gonna whoop your ass with no arms. And she gave everybody that work. She was literally giving people that work with no arms. No arms. No arms. Who else in the series could do that? Who could say that? You know what I mean? I think when you look at it like that way, the only person who was really like, who had like a weakness, or like, you know what I mean, who was like missing something that other things that people had, was like Toph. But Toph, I'm sure would beat Ming Hua's ass. Because the girl was blind, but she still had all her limbs. But I don't know. I feel like I'm getting into ableist language, and I'm gonna let this go. But yeah, arms or no arms, she was gonna give you that work. And last but not least, Kia, my neck, my back, lick my... Yeah, but yeah, she was good. This was Water Tribe Girl. She was necessary, because she did water healing for just about everybody. And I don't know if all the girls would have made it without her help. She definitely did it for Korra, but she also did it for Korra, Bolin, and Mako. She also did it on her brother Boomy, just when he fell off a rock though. He was jumping off a waterfall. When he fell off a waterfall. Girl, I'm all tongue-tied. But yeah, but she also gave, what's his name? She gave somebody that word. Zahir. She gave Zahir that work. That was a good battle. Remember when he jumped on that little kite? And she was like, nah, get your ass down here. She was working. Yeah, she was cute. She was a very balanced fighter, you know what I mean? She was very much giving like white mage tease. And every good, you know what I'm saying? Every good RPG balanced team needs a white mage. It's just like you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it to the end. I mean, unless you have a certain like setup where you can like actually like attack people and suck their health, kind of like vampire, you know what I mean? Or like a Dark Knight or a necromancer, you know what I mean? When you can like literally like get life from like attacking, but like unless you have that, you need somebody to heal you. And that was Kaya. I don't know her name, but she was cute. She was useful. She was a good time. But yeah, this has been my Waterbender video. Thank you for tuning in. Thank God this video was not just like lost in the abyss. Tell me how y'all feel about this look. I'm gonna go change my top and give y'all like a little zhuzh, a little shot. But thank you. I'll be coming with your Airbender video in a week. Maybe not a week, but you'll see it. Until then, this is XO Meaux.